What is up, chicken and rice fam? We are back again for another episode. We're gonna do something a little bit different. We're trying to get better on our consistency because we all know consistency is key. And so we're going to do on Wednesday. I know you're used to seeing us on Thursdays or Fridays or whatever day that we finally upload the video. But on Wednesdays, we want to do a What's Happening Wednesday. And what we're doing is we're just going to give our opinions and report the latest news, whether it's hilarious, whether it's informative, whether it's thought-provoking. We just kind of sift through what's going on and let you guys know what we think about it. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right in. First up, it is everybody's favorite president, Donald Trump. He got indicted. Is that right?
He did.
Cousin Sean, is that right?
That is correct. He was arraigned last week, Friday, as a matter of fact, or Thursday, I believe.
I mean, but to be completely honest, I really have not paid a whole bunch of attention to it because, I mean, so what? You know, I guess everybody's wanting to see if he's actually going to get a conviction, because he's gone down this road before, and you know, nothing really happened with this. Or I think he had to pay some money or something, or he had a settlement out of court or something.
Well, he's still got some cases that are very much still pending. Now, the question is this going to keep him from running and prevent anything that'll happen in November? To that, I'm thinking probably not. I think they're going to try to push this to the very end. This is not going to be a speedy trial. And so the prosecution, they're going to have their ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's clear that he did. I'm trying to get to this very quickly. He did, in fact, call an official in Georgia, to tell them to overturn the election in a state that he had to have. So, and of course, he ended up losing that state, thus losing the election, and that's why we have what we have now.
But I don't understand. Why can't you just? What is the word? What is it? Is it succeed or what is the word? I can't think of it. It's escaping me right now. Concede? Is that the word?
Yeah, concede.
I don't understand why he can't just do that. If you lost, you lost. I just don't understand why you just can't take your L, and move on with your life. I just don't understand what is the hang up with back then, with him not being elected president again. I don't get it. But that's a whole nother episode. But I really don't care. It's they're gonna have happen whatever they really want to happen. I think that all this stuff is just a bunch of smoke and mirrors to distract us from whatever is really going on. And I don't think he's gonna do a day in jail, even if he is convicted. It's a little slap on the wrist, maybe a little fine there, but like you said, he will probably most likely will still be on the ballot come election time. So that's about all the energy I really wanted to give him. So let's move right along.
Yep.
Number 2 up on the docket here, we have America's favorite little liar, Carlee Russell. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Like, girl,
poor thing needs some help. You know what I'm saying? That's just that whole thing is weird. You know what I'm saying? And she did get charged last week with, lying to the police and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she's going to go to jail over it, but she got some issues. She needs some help. She needs some counseling.
That's what, I think even more than her going to jail and all this, I would literally forego all of that just to know, girl, why? Like, what was the whole point of this? That's really what I think what the bulk of us want to know. Girl, what was the point? What was the end result of this? Like, what was supposed to, in a perfect world, what were you hoping would happen?
Well, the answer might be simple. She might just wanted some attention. And we may not need to look deeper than that. She might just wanted some attention.
How old is this baby?
I believe she's 25. She's young. She's in her 20s.
You know what? And that is the perfect segue into our next topic, because I believe this fool is 25 too. So I'm, temporarily here in New York City. I stay in Brooklyn while I'm up here. I'm going back for my final round of my fashion classes. And so this was a couple days ago, I guess. So
I thought the whole thing was yesterday, or was it not?
Yesterday? I don't know. I think it was
I thought it was yesterday.
Anyway, it happened sometime over the weekend. And I don't even know the dude's name. I don't even remember his name.
I think it was Celine.
Well, I saw it, but I didn't know how to pronounce it. But he is some kind of Twitch, some social media, I guess, platform called Twitch. And he's some kind of superstar there. And I believe he was the first, his claim to fame is he was the first Black person to, I guess, have 1 million views or make $1 million or something. It was a big deal. He was the first Black to, I guess, become successful off of this particular platform. And so he's had success with that. So over the weekend, he decided that he was going to make it known to the public. He also actually was from Brooklyn. He grew up in Brooklyn. I don't know I'm assuming he's still somewhere in the New York area, I'm assuming. But at any rate, so he had let his followers know that he was going to be in Union Square here in New York for to give away, I guess, some gift cards, but the big ticket item was the PS5s. And so he was supposed to be there giving away some PS5s. I don't know how many. And so I guess the fans or the followers got there and realized there were no PS5s. So these fools proceeded to damage everything in sight. And I just don't understand this generation. I really don't. I don't. And then it brings up for me, is social media a blessing or a curse? Or should there be a higher age limit, to be able to participate in social media? Because it just seems like the success for these younger generations, it's messing them up. Because I'm like, in what world? I mean, like, what? Again, he's just like this that Carlee brought. Like, what was the end result? Is it an attention thing? Is that generation need some attention? Because it seems like when we have these stories, it's always almost like the root of it. Like, is that meant to draw these people to come see you because you didn't feel like maybe enough of them would come if you didn't have something you were giving away? But what was the end result? I mean, because they're going to come there. If you don't have the PS5, they're going to know you don't have them. So what was the point? What was the end desired result?
I think exactly what it was with Carlee Russell. It's about that fame, okay? And I mean, what do they always say? There's no such thing as bad publicity. Um, you know, he just thought, you know what I'm saying, he was trying to create some buzz. And obviously it got away from him. Okay, very, very violently.
So the buzz that you wanted was to basically be a man, be known as a man who, or a person that was not of their word. So you basically want to be somebody who's known as, you don't do what you say you're gonna do. So you say you're gonna give away PlayStations, and you lie, basically a liar. And then it resulted in him being arrested and charged with, amongst some other things, but 2 counts of inciting a riot. And it's like his mom, they had interviewed his mom, upon his initial success. And she was so, emotional and so proud of her son. I'm just like, I don't understand how you could just see your mom so proud of you and go from that to this.
Well, we talked about this shortly before as we were getting things together. And we talked about the crowd, the young people. And I just think that this goes back to that parenting, and not to be offensive of the mother of this young man, but we seem to have a generation where the parents they want to establish more of a brother-sister relationship rather than parent, because they feel if they're a brother and sister, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to a parent, that they're going to feel free to divulge more information and stuff was going on with their lives. But this has proven to be untrue. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but what that creates is no respect for parental figures, no
Or
respect
authority.
for authority.
Mm-hmm.
And before you know it, we have Union Square.
Yeah. And an arrest record now.
Which they probably don't care about either.
Yeah. I think the thing for me is not that they want to just be closer to them to be able to to divulge things to them or be more open with their parents. I think, or want the kids to be more open with them. I think the other thing is the parents want to be liked by the kid.
Yes.
They don't want the kids to be mad at them at any point. And sadly, I'm seeing that a lot, as we discussed before, with our generation. Because these kids, without aging us too much, are like the age group that, typically would be if you and I had children, and that's like, these would be our children. And I'm just like, it's like our generation in some regards are kind of failing these kids by wanting to be the fun parents all the time and not wanting to discipline them and wanting to, I think they're focused so much on giving them what they didn't have, like being more lenient and not punishing them for everything. Because, some of us had some tough parents, growing up. But I think they're want to go so much the opposite direction of that they are forgetting that some of that is necessary. It's great to give them what you didn't have, but don't forget to give them some of the good stuff that you did get. And I think that's where our generation is failing these kids.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, if you don't get to your kids when they're young, they're going to get to you. Okay? It's happening. We done already seen it. It's happening. You don't get to them, they will get to you. It's coming.
This is just, I just don't remember. Like, I just wouldn't have done no crap like that at any age, let alone in my 20s. I just would not have done that. I wouldn't have, I just don't see our generation doing anything like that. It's like these kids are very soft. It's like you get that because you can't have a PlayStation, you literally are throwing a temper tantrum. Because you didn't get a PlayStation, throwing a temper tantrum to the point that you are destroying property. We just didn't do that. Like I said, they're too soft. With us, we might be upset because we didn't get something, but eventually we shake it off and move on. But these kids hold on to this stuff, and it's just now they're depressed and they want to off themselves, and it's just like, say what now? They're soft. This generation is soft.
That's the problem. They always getting stuff.
Yeah.
The problem. They always getting stuff. That's why they lose their minds when you tell them no.
Yeah.
But them not getting stuff, to be told the word no, that's wrong to them, and it don't compute. Okay?
Yeah.
And they firing back because they've never been told no before.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. There's just, they don't have that parental fear that we had growing up. Us and on up, generations on up. We all had that fear of our parents, even at this age, even at this very grown, big age that we are now.
Right.
We still have that fear, when it comes to how we approach and interact with our parents. It's just certain lines and boundaries. And it has nothing. And when we say fear, let's be clear. I'm not saying fear like we're afraid of them, because, if you get to a certain age, that you could easily overpower your parents when they get to a certain age, and you could. So it's not really a physical fear. It's just that it's a respect thing. Like, and it's that fear of disappointing our parents or a fear of embarrassing our parents, that kind of fear. Just at this age, it's like I still want to make sure that my parents are proud, and I don't do anything that would make them ashamed to claim me as their child.
Right. Before we go on to the next topic, I just wanted to say that not only do we have this thing to where they want to be a brother and sister, but these kids also don't respect adults as a whole. And then when you try to child, the parents are all jumping down your throat, talking about, correcting you as if they would correct you. And it's like, keep that same energy in your household.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I wanted to say before we move on to the next thing.
Yeah, because that could be a whole episode by itself. Because we got these not my child parents.
Yeah.
Not your child, but we got your child on video.
Yeah.
But it still ain't my child. It still ain't my child. But yeah, so we're moving on to the child.
Yep. Got to talk about it.
All of these topics are literally, I just don't understand. What's wrong with these people? And this fool here.
You're a horrible person.
You're literally doing blackface.
Thank me later.
In the middle of the store.
Lester Holt did whiteface. Nobody said shit. Where's your pride section? I need to know.
We're past.
Oh, I thought they were celebrating this and they took our flag forever. No, I was wrong. My bad. I don't shop at Target. I just take pictures. Join me. Post it on my Facebook, please. My Facebook friends love it.
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
She's old. Because I'm about to say maybe she, but she ain't 25, so she can't even blame it on that.
She's not even 35.
Yeah. So we have a Karen here who decided she wanted to show up to Target in blackface. We have no idea what she was talking about. She was demanding to know where the pride section was, and it was just a mess. And I've seen clips of the video. I haven't seen the video in its entirety, but they were saying that she was basically berating the LGBT, all of that. She was berating that community in blackface. Again, my question is always, and probably will always be, what is the end? Like, what are you trying to get at? Like, what is the desired result that you are seeking when you do these things? Like the last two, like what's the optimum desired result? Like, what are you hoping to get?
Well,
again, is it attention? Are these people just need attention?
I don't know. I don't know if this is attention with this particular woman. I just think that she just got some gall on her too. I think she was just trying to incite some kind of rage. Like you said, this is typical Karen behavior, entitled behavior. That's what it all boils down to.
But it seems like it boils down to attention too, because this is my thing when it comes to these Karen types, is that you don't like whatever it is you don't like, be it the LGBT community, be it Black people, be it Hispanics, whatever, whoever it is that you are deciding to hate at the time, whatever community. Yeah, whoever it is, you decide we don't rock with them at this time. What I don't understand is, why do you always try to position yourselves, and it ain't just the Karens, it's the Kens too, but why do you always try to position yourselves to be in that community space? Because it makes no sense to me, because if I don't like somebody, if I don't like you, the last place that I want to be is somewhere in your space. I want to be as far away from you. I don't like people that complain. So when I'm coming across somebody who's complaining all the time, guess what? It's time for me to go ahead and move over here and distance myself from the complainer. I don't like white supremacists. So if I ever find myself in an area of a white supremacist, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to move out of their space. I'm not going to stay there and battle and argue with them and all of that. I'm going to remove myself from that because I don't want to be around it, but I'm like, so for me, it screams attention. And that just seems what it is at this point, is that America all of a sudden is just, and it's not just synonymous with just young people. It's just like Americans just really want some damn attention, because that's what the same with the Karens. It's like they are wanting attention. They're wanting your attention in that moment.
Well, it could be attention too, because it might seem like that she wants the same level of attention that she feels like the LGBTQ community is getting, because she's yelling all of that stuff as she's walking out the door. So clearly she has a fascination with that community. And you being a lot nicer than I am, I think she's so fascinated to the point that she want to be a part of it. That's just me.
I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked.
Because people,
what do they say? They say a hit dog will holler, right? Ain't that what they say?
And she hollering.
She hollered loudly.
Loud.
So girl, just go ahead, just knock on the door and tell them to invite you on in, girl. They'll let you in.
Real.
You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to lie to kick it, baby. Just go on in there. Go on, walk on in the front door. They'll welcome you. They might put you through some hazing because of this video that you put up, but right. they'll welcome you. You got the complexion for the connection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. That's what I think. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I am not sorry.
Okay, so she up there with Trump, so that's about all I could give her. The final hot topic for today. If you are on social media of any kind, then you have seen the Black couple where the bride refused to say obey.
In sickness. And in health. To love. Cherish. And to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
It seems like more people were outraged by it than thought that it was funny. It seems like I'm sure she wasn't expecting for it to go viral. I'm sure that wasn't on her bucket list. But it ties in and dovetails with this whole feminist movement. And you already know I am not at all a feminist or a quote unquote modern woman. I am very old school,
Not?
No, I'm not a feminist. Mm-mm.
Who would have ever thought?
I don't know. We don't do everything, because I think one could argue because I am in New York for 7 months and my husband supports that. So I guess that could be modern woman-ish. But we do what works for us. And then at the end of the day, ain't none of your business because y'all ain't paying my bills. But it's always done with his opinion and his consent, if you will. If I didn't have his if I didn't get the green light from him, then it would have required way more discussion. I wouldn't have just gone without his approval. But the modern woman would be like, I'm going anyway. I might say that if I'm mad at him or something, but at the end of the day, I need his approval for me to be. We're a team. He's the man of the house. But the fact that this heifer could not say obey and thought it was funny and then did this in front of all of not just her friends and family, but his too, particularly his mother. There's a lot of men who don't subscribe to all of this feminist stuff. Were like, man, his mama should have gone up there and just grabbed her son and snatched him from up there and took him on out the back door, because the life that he has, especially if he has children with this woman, is going to take away whatever little leverage he has in that marriage.
Yeah. And one of the disturbing things to me was actually what happened when she was refused to say obey. Because you talked about the people that were outraged as they was watching the video, but the people at the service, okay, were not as equally outraged.
Mm-hmm.
They thought it was funny, and so did the pastor conducting the wedding. This is just for bad things to come, and we gonna see how funny it is when he's counseling them again after a year of marriage. We'll see how funny it is. You know what I'm saying? Because we know,
or they're heading towards divorce court because he can't take dealing with her.
Right. Hey, we all know that F around and find out. You know what I'm saying? We all know how that goes. If you F around, you'll find out. That formula works 100% of the time.
It's just, and I guess that's the thing for me is this whole feminist movement, and this is something we're going to explore a little bit more on our regular episode. But this whole feminist movement is destroying the institution of marriage. It's destroying it, because I don't understand how you want modern woman perks, but or modern woman treatment, but you want the man you want a traditional marriage. The two don't go together. You want to be treated as your equal, but if y'all are both laying in bed, you want to be equal with your husband. But if y'all are laying in bed and you hear noise downstairs, then who's going to go downstairs to go check and protect the house to make sure that everything is all good? Who's going to go downstairs to fight the robber? It ain't going to be you. What you're going to do is you're going to wake him up and say, hey, I heard something downstairs. But no, according to what you're saying, if you went last time, it's your turn to go down there to go see who's in, what's going bump in the night. It's your turn to go down there and investigate, not his. And something breaks in this new modern woman society. You need to get out there and fix it. The dishwasher's broke. This is broke. Then you need to go ahead and put on your tool belt and figure out how to fix it. And that's the thing that annoys me with this, is that you can't have it both ways. You can't. So if you want to have a modern marriage, cool. If it works for both of y'all, fantastic. But what gives me pause is when you want a modern marriage, but just for you. You want to be the modern one, but you want your husband to remain traditional. And this whole scenario with this couple, with that woman not saying obey, that's what that's giving to me.
Well, and let me drop this tidbit here because I like the last statement that you made. We have they want to be the modern woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they want their husbands to provide for them a soft lifestyle. Okay. And then we have this whole thing of, my money is my money is my money.
What's yours is mine, and what's mine is ours.
Exactly.
No, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is ours.
Yes. This is how, we have a lot of, what I'm saying? And I don't want to say all, because I don't believe in all and every, but I'll just say a lot. Okay. They believe in this formula. Okay. Yeah. But it does not work. It just does not work. And take it from a guy who's been divorced. I can tell you, it don't work.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be nice.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh man. Oh man.
We'll talk about that off camera.
Come on, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. Because
but yeah, we are going to dive a little deeper into this whole feminist and modern woman, and and then it comes back around to Kevin Williams, Kevin Samuels. Ugh. Sorry, Kev. It comes back around to what he was saying. Like I said, a lot of the things that he was saying, I agreed with. His delivery sometimes wasn't the best, but the people that seem to be the most, or the women that seem to be the most offended by what he was saying, are these quote unquote modern women. But we're going to revisit that in our regular episode. But we hope you have enjoyed our little hot topics. We're going to find some more stuff to talk about. This will be a weekly thing. It's on what's happening Wednesday. And yeah, we're getting our feet wet with this one, but I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, we're going to keep it going. I actually like this.
Yeah.
This was fun.
It's so much news out there that we basically bringing our conversations on the phone to to video, because we talk about this stuff all the time. I'm like, well, why don't we just record it? But thank y'all so much for watching. We will have our regular video uploaded on Friday for our regular episode, right, Cousin Sean?
The episode will be uploaded on Fridays. Okay. Damn, it's coming Fridays.
Making show. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see y'all on Friday. Peace.